Hi, I'm Rachna. I'm a chef, food therapist, and nutrition advisor, and you're watching The Good Tiffin. This is our third and last episode of the COVID series. Today, I'm going to talk about one of the symptoms that I had missed out in my last video and how simple adjustments in the food can help you really relieve this symptom. And we are going to talk about how this is a good time to look after yourself. So let's talk about the symptom nausea. I used to feel like throwing up. Initially 2-3 days I couldn't just keep my food down. I just wanted to throw up. I just didn't feel like eating. So what I discovered is that chatpata food kind of helped. So instead of having my regular roti, sabzi, dal, I tried having variations. Like I had chutney cheese toast, I had chili cheese toast, I had some chatpata tawa pulao, those kind of things, and it really helped this nausea. And also one of the most effective things I found was that sipping on fresh fruit juices really helped. I had watermelon juice, muskmelon juice, and it really quelled, it really eased out that nausea, that feeling of throwing up. So these are the two things that if you have nausea, you can try them out. They help me a lot, and maybe they will really work for you too. So looking after your body. Now, one thing, as I have stressed during my previous two videos also, is that eat well, eat healthy, and eat on time. Food plays a crucial role during this illness. Today, as promised, I'm going to share with you two COVID friendly and summer friendly recipes. COVID friendly because they take very little time and effort, and they are easy and quick and very healthy and delicious. They are fortified, of course. So I'll come back to those recipes. In the meantime, I'm going to introduce our guest once more, Pawan Soni. He's a psychotherapist. Let's hear it from him, and I'm glad he could join us today.
Hi Rachna, thank you for calling me on your channel, and hello everyone. These are tough times for everyone. There's a mental health pandemic that's going on due to the coronavirus. It's widespread trauma. People are losing their loved ones, people are losing their lives, people are very worried about their financial futures. There's a lot of anxiety in the air, there's a lot of depression, and there's a lot of grief. In fact, I think around 40% of work that I'm doing right now is grief counseling. So it's very widespread. I'll give you a few tips as to how can one cope under such circumstances. If you're working from home, do limit your working hours. Don't work for 16 hours, 18 hours. Your boss might want you to learn to say no. It's important for your mental health. Self-care comes first. If you're overwhelmed by the entire pandemic talk all around you and it's happening in all the conversations you have with your friends or your family, cut down on it. I'm not saying stop talking to them, but cut down on the COVID talk. Maybe designate a particular timing for such talks, maybe half an hour or 1 hour, where you sit and discuss these news and such information about COVID. But other than that, don't talk about those things. Distract yourself. Do things you enjoy. And this would work even if you're COVID positive. Distract yourself from such news. Just keep doing things that you enjoy. Read, write, paint, listen to music, watch TV, whatever works for you. You can meditate. If you want to pray. Whatever works for you, whatever keeps you healthy, whatever keeps the faith. Do that.
Thank you so much, Pawan, for such wonderful insights. I do have a question. During this pandemic, should we restrict the number of hours that we spend on social media?
I think it's a very good idea to restrict the social media timing right now. Social media has been villainized a lot these days, but I think it's doing a very good job. people are staying connected, and it's very, very important in the circumstances when you're not able to be with anyone physically, you're able to be connected to other people. Also, we've been seeing how people are getting oxygen, how people are getting ICU beds through social media. So social media is doing a fantastic job. But why it's important to restrict the timing is because there's just too much information on social media and it might leave you overwhelmed. Also, there's trolling, there's hate speech. And if you think that might affect your mental health, please restrict your time. And if you still feel that you're not able to cope with it or you need some professional help, do feel free to reach out. There are so many good therapists who are doing really good job out there. So thank you Rachna for having me here. I hope what I said helps you in coping in these difficult times. Thank you.
Thanks, Pawan, for joining us and helping us understand how to cope up with stress and anxiety during these difficult times. I am going to leave his name and email address in the description below. If anybody requires a counselor or a therapist, do contact him. He is really good at what he does. Now, as promised, we are going to talk about two wonderful recipes. The first one is mango toast. Take either a sourdough bread or a multigrain bread or a whole wheat bread. Okay, toast few pieces in a regular toaster, butter them lightly. Now take around 100-150 grams of paneer, fresh paneer. Add 2 tablespoons of fresh cream, any fresh cream will do, and churn to get a nice creamy mixture. Churn it in a mixture. Add to this mixture half a teaspoon lemon juice or 1/4 teaspoon lemon juice, depending on how sour you like it, not like it, and add salt to taste. If you have any powdered herbs, dried herbs like mint or dill leaves, do add this powder to this mixture. It will give nice flavor and depth to this nice cream cheese dip. It's a homemade cream cheese dip. Apply it generously on this toasted breads, and now cut fresh mangoes. Okay, top this toast with this fresh mangoes. Sprinkle on top toasted nuts or seeds or a mix of them, and your delightful breakfast is ready. It's great for post-COVID also because it helps you again regaining your strength. It's protein rich, fiber rich, it has various micronutrients, and it is very, very healthy and delicious. Now the second recipe is chia seed pudding. Here I am going to quickly go and get my chia seed pudding and show you how it looks, and it tastes yummy, and going to share this recipe quickly before ending this video. So just I'll be right back. So look at this nice chia seed pudding, and fresh mangoes, toasted almonds, and some fresh mint leaves on top to give a nice color break and add that fragrance to the pudding. It's yummy. Now quickly the recipe. Take any milk, a regular milk or your nut milk, soy milk, whatever that you prefer. Around 1 cup milk and 3 to 4 tablespoons of chia seeds. Mix them well, give a nice stir. Okay, let it rest for 5 to 7 minutes. Give another stir so it will break any lumps that have formed in this mixture. Now add to this any sweetener that you prefer. I have added kharik powder, that is dried date powder. It works very well as a sweetener, and it gives a nice texture and flavor to this pudding. You can add maple syrup or honey or coconut sugar, anything that you prefer. Avoid refined sugar as far as possible. Now keep this mixture. Okay, before keeping the mixture in the fridge, you can add, if you like chocolatey flavor, you can add good quality cocoa powder, around say half a teaspoon, to this mixture. It'll give a nice chocolatey flavor to the pudding. Now keep this mixture in the refrigerator for 2 to 3 hours till it gets nice and creamy. It shouldn't be liquidy. Then add any kind of fresh fruits. I like mangoes, they're in season and they taste really well with this whole chia seed milk combination. Top this with toasted nuts or seeds or a mix of both, and put some nice herbs, either fresh mint or fresh basil if you prefer, and it tastes amazing. It works well as a power breakfast because chia seeds give you a lot of energy. It's a very good source of energy. So again, it's very good post-COVID also. It can be also had as a dessert. It's a very healthy dessert. So these are the two wonderful summer friendly and COVID friendly recipes that I wanted to share with you guys. I'm going to quickly show you the texture of. So before enjoying this pudding, do keep it outside for 20 minutes, half an hour, so that it comes back to room temperature, and then you can have it, especially if you're having it during COVID, because you don't want to have cold refrigerated food. So do make these wonderful recipes and do share your feedback with me. Now that concludes our COVID series today. I hope this series has helped you to gain some insight into how to deal with this illness, food wise, physically and even mentally today, as Mr. Pawan Soni guided us. Now this Friday I am going to do a very interesting Mexican recipe, so do tune in this Friday. My video will be up as usual at 4 p.m. and thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.